Mindfulness is the practice of centering yourself and focusing your mind on what is happening in front of you. Practicing mindfulness exercises daily has been proven to alter and strengthen the part of our brains associated with controlling emotions and stress responses. Mindfulness is a way of regaining control of our emotions by easing stress. Mindfulness represents a state of living in the moment that many of us aspire to, even as we berate ourselves for spacing out, forgetting something, or wasting time on our phones. We tend to think of mindfulness as a difficult pursuit requiring time, commitment, and maybe even new clothing or a special cushion. But none of that is necessary. Mindfulness is possible for all of us, even if we can't take 2 weeks off for a silent retreat. The first step is to understand what's meant by mindfulness. It's about choosing to pay attention to the present moment in a curious and non-judgmental way. Mindfulness calls on us to notice when our thoughts have drifted to the past or wandered into the future, and when we are regretting, fantasizing, or worrying rather than engaging with what is right in front of us. Each time we are able to step away from the pinball game in our mind and focus on the present, we give ourselves the best possible chance to make the best possible choice, whatever that may be. The concept of mindfulness is not a concrete action. Instead, it is the practice of recognizing your thoughts and emotions on a moment-to-moment basis. When you become mindfully aware, you will be in control and able to notice your bodily sensations, emotional responses, thoughts and feelings each moment of the day. These practices also include acceptance, rather than labeling what is right or wrong. Here are a few reasons why it is beneficial to practice mindfulness. 1. Allows you to focus your mind and energy. 2. Encourages compassion and acceptance. Mindfulness helps with self-image. 4. It is helpful in cultivating relationships. And 4. Strengthens your mind and body connection. Here are a few practices you can start today to become more mindful. The first one is learn to have mindful conversations. When you can be mindful of the conversations you are having, you will slowly become more mindful of yourself in general. To start having mindful and more effective conversations, keep these tips in mind. Tip number 1. Slow down. Leaders and effective conversationalists don't rush their sentences. Simply slowing down the pace at which you speak can allow you to fully think through what you're about to say. Tip number 2. Take deep breaths. As you listen to others, make sure you are taking enough deep breaths. When you lack oxygen to your brain, you lose cognitive function as well as awareness. If things get heated, simply taking deep breaths can help keep you level-headed. Tip number 3. Listen with your heart and your head. Instead of just listening with your head, try to hear what the other person is saying with your heart. What do they crave? What are they missing? And be compassionate towards them. And lastly, tip number 4. Set aside your personal agenda and be present. People will see right through you if you are always calculating what you will say next and have a personal agenda. If you want to have more meaningful and mindful conversations, set everything aside and meet the other person where they are. The second practice you can start to become more mindful is take your shame. Shame refers to experiencing a strong feeling of embarrassment caused by foolish behavior. Shame is often a negative emotional response to feeling exposed or judged. Shame can cause you to always be trying to fit in, follow, and will stop you from doing things you want to do. High levels of shame can lead to feelings of anxiety, stress, and depression, which all work to keep you in your own head and unable to be aware of what is really going on. Here are a few tips on how you can manage your feelings of shame and guilt. Tip number 1. Recognize your triggers and what the root cause is. This may include shame around sexuality, personal opinions, or even certain achievements. Ask yourself when you first felt this sort of shame so you can figure out the root cause to your feelings of shame. Tip number 2. Talk to a friend. Sometimes just talking to a close friend can be enough to speak the truth about these false and overwhelming self-doubts. And tip number 3. Exercise compassion for yourself and others. When you realize other people are still worthy and lovable, even though they aren't perfect, you will begin to recognize that about yourself as well. The third practice is body scan. This is a type of meditation to help you regain awareness and connect with your body, feelings, and sensation on a deeper level. Here are a few steps you can take to practice body scan mindfulness meditation. Step 1. Sit or lay down in a comfortable position. 2. Take a deep breath in through your nose, then out your mouth and repeat. 3. Close your eyes slowly and notice the sensation your body is feeling at this moment. 4. Start at your head, then move through your whole body, scanning to notice what you are feeling in each part of your body. 5. Pick out what feels comfortable and what feels uncomfortable and keep breathing. The 4th practice is gratitude. Mindfulness is not very helpful when you only become aware of negative aspects of your life. It's okay to notice what feels off, but learning to focus on the positive will do you so much more good. So, take time to be thankful for the air in your lungs, all that you have. The 5th practice is get in touch with your senses. One of the best ways to become more mindful is to bring awareness to all 5 of your senses in the present moment. Throughout your day, take a step back and observe what is happening around you. What noises are around you? What do you see? What are you smelling? How do your clothes feel on your skin? What are the other people around you doing? The 6th practice is focus on your breath. Another great way to bring your focus to what is happening in the present is to focus on your breathing. You will breathe no matter if you are aware of it or not. This means that by bringing awareness to it, you can increase your mindful awareness. First, notice how you are naturally breathing. Is it deep, shallow, heavy, or quick? Then take 5 deep breaths into your belly. Repeat this throughout your day as often as you need recentering. And lastly, the 7th practice is practice mindful eating. Mindfulness is all about creating habits. You can practice mindful awareness in any area of your life, and one that you can start is your mealtime. Set aside time to eat a meal without distractions and savor and enjoy your food. A lot of the time we are not paying attention to what we eat because we are talking, scrolling social media, or watching television. Whether you eat as you scroll through your phone or look to food for emotional comfort, mindless eating is common, and it can contribute to a host of problems such as overeating and consuming too much sugar. Pay keen attention to how you fuel your body. Be present with your food and resist the urge to multitask while you eat. If you can get into the habit of mindful eating, you will be able to listen to your hunger cues more intuitively and get into a daily exercise of mindfulness on other aspects of your life. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.